If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about joining the Air Force, or you've already decided to bite that bullet and you're headed to basic military training, or BMT, or you've made it through basic military training and now you're headed to tech school. Welcome! In this video, I'll talk about 3 of the main ways new airmen end up getting in serious trouble or even kicked out of the military before they barely had time to even find the bathroom. What's up, everybody? I'm Noelle. On this channel, we talk about military lifestyles, leadership tips, and tips for living and working abroad. So if any of those topics interest you, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. First up, I'm going to explain to you why your first 180 days are the most important to you. In a lot of civilian jobs, when you first join a company, you're going to end up having a probation period to make sure that you're a good fit for the company. And in the military, we have something similar, and it's going to be the first 180 days of your active service. From our enlisted separation regulation, you can see that when it comes to newly enlisted airmen in entry-level status should be discharged when their unsatisfactory performance or conduct shows they are not qualified to be productive members of the Air Force. Kind of ouch. But basically, during that time, if you show a lack of aptitude for military service, or a failure to adapt to the military environment, or if you don't make satisfactory progress in your required training program, or if you show a reluctance to make the effort to meet Air Force standards of conduct or duty performance, or a lack of self-discipline, or if you fail to meet fitness standards, or if you just engage in a lot of petty misconduct, so minor disciplinary infractions, then you can be separated from the military at that early stage. The difference between this sort of administrative separation and a standard administrative separation is that if it occurs within your first 180 days of continuous active service, then you're not going to get a service characterization like honorable or general. It's just going to be marked down as entry-level separation. In that way, you can sort of look at it like the military basically saying, look, we can see early on that this relationship just isn't going to work out. So how about you go your separate way, we'll go our separate way, and let's just pretend like this didn't happen. Next, so this is important, guys. I really do hope you're paying attention. Seriously, when you're going through MEPS, when you're first coming in, so the military entrance processing station, where you do your complete physical and all that, we all go through MEPS. At that time, when you're at MEPS, or even before you get to MEPS, when you're just working with your recruiter, you have the opportunity to disclose any potentially disqualifying information at that point before you join. That's the time to disclose so that you can get a waiver. If you intentionally fail to disclose something like that in order to be able to get into the military, then you're essentially lying. We call that fraudulent enlistment. And if that thing that you're hiding gets discovered later on, or you finally do decide to disclose but you're already in, then things can get a little bit complicated for you. This isn't to say that you're definitely going to get kicked out, because it certainly doesn't have to be the case depending on your situation, but it is an avoidable complication. Basically, there is a time before you join when you are given the opportunity to disclose any potentially disqualifying information. If there is a thing that you are going to disclose, let that be the time that you do it. Last up, I'm going to do a twofer: minor disciplinary infractions and drinking in a training environment. You're going to have a lot of rules, more rules than you'll have when you get out of that training environment and into big Air Force. For that limited time that you're in training, do try to follow the rules. You're going to have more scrutiny on you because you're new to the force and your leaders are trying to get you accustomed to military standards and procedures, but it does get a lot better once you are out of BMT and tech school. But you need to make it through, so don't drink if that's one of your rules. Keep your nose clean and make it through. Alright folks, if you like this video, if you learned something new, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. It is completely free to you, and it does actually help the channel and lets me know that the information that I'm providing is actually useful. If there's any military related topic that you'd like me to talk about, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll try to answer whatever questions that I can. I do appreciate your time. I thank you for being here, and I'll see ya.